So today what I'm going to show you is the McDougall cornbread that I make every Thanksgiving, and this cornbread is delicious. And you can find it in the new McDougall cookbook, and it's on page 104, and it is absolutely delicious. And I think one of my viewers asked me a question because there's millet in here, but I'll talk to you guys about it later. And so this is the recipe. And there's also another cornbread recipe here where it's just a plain cornbread, the basic cornbread that you could do too. But I found that this one's really good. It's called Applesauce Cornbread Loaf. And I'm going to walk you through the ingredients. Very easy, very quick. So of course you're going to need cornmeal. And I have been enjoying the Bob's Red Mill coarse grind cornmeal. And you can also use the medium grind. And it'll usually say it on the bottom what grind it is. You're going to need 4 cups of that. You're going to need 2 cups of whole wheat pastry flour, which I've got here. 1 teaspoon of salt. And then I've got the millet. I've made this recipe with cooked millet, and I've made it with uncooked millet. The uncooked millet, it definitely came out a little dry. But when I used the cooked millet, it was perfect. And so the way I cooked this was I put half a cup of millet in a pan. I added 1.5 cups of water, and I cooked it just like rice for 20 minutes and then kept it covered for 10, and this is what it looks like. So you're going to need 3/4 cup of cooked millet. You're going to need 1 tablespoon of baking powder. And then for the wet ingredients, it's 1 cup of applesauce, 3/4 cups of honey. I don't use honey, so I use maple syrup instead. You're going to need 3 cups of soy milk, and you're going to need 2 teaspoons of rice vinegar. So let's get started. So of course you're going to mix your dry ingredients together. And I'm just going to mix it with the whisk. Okay, so now I'm going to add my wet ingredients. My 1 cup of applesauce, 3 cups of our soy milk, and this is unsweetened soy milk. And then 3/4 cup of maple syrup. And then 2 teaspoons of rice vinegar. And we're going to mix these together gently. It says to put it in a blender, but you don't need to put it in a blender. You just mix it. Okay, now I'm going to mix the wet and the dry. And I'm just going to mix it together for a couple minutes. So I've lined a Pyrex dish with parchment paper, and I'm going to pour the batter in here. And we're going to bake it in a preheated oven, 350 degrees for 1 hour. Okay, so the cornbread has been baking for 1 hour. I'm going to use this knife, and we're just going to test it. And it's clear. That's what you want, to be clear. So it's ready, and now it's hot. So I'm going to pull it out, and that's the good thing about using parchment paper is you can just pull it out. And just peel it away. And then let it cool, and then we're going to cut it, and I'll show you how we serve it. So this is my Thanksgiving cornbread, and this is what it looks like. It's really moist and just delicious. And today I'm going to serve it with some steamed broccoli and some baked potatoes and some baked beans. Thanks for watching.